So we're here at the Worthing Leisure Centre after a historic win for the Solent Kestrels, defeating the Worthing Thunder, first National Basketball League Division 1 team to reach the BBL Trophy, last four in your first season, Ian. Just your opening thoughts about that.
It's a blessing, honestly. It's cool to even be here. I'm extremely grateful. I know our team came in with a good mindset. We had a good game plan. We're very familiar with this team as we played them. This is our third time playing them, so just coming in with a solid game plan and knowing that they're going to give us their best shot as well as anyone else, and just coming mentally ready and prepared, I think helped us a lot.
This obviously your second game with Worthing in the last 3 weeks. You beat them at the Solent Sports Complex back in January 11. Was it easier for you to play Worthing tonight, knowing that you only played them a few weeks ago?
No, I think when you play teams more often, they kind of get used to personnel, so they have time to adjust and then they can make arrangements. So I think give credit to Worthing. They had a decent game plan and try to take away personnel, but also more credit to our guys and our coaching staff for knowing where to be and learning how to execute and making adjustments as we play.
And you yourself, you've averaged good numbers against Worthing this season, again here tonight. It's your first season with the Kestrels. What are you making of your first season here so far?
Man, I couldn't have asked for anything better, honestly. The team's doing well. We have amazing chemistry, all guys and coaches. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity. I've been blessed to land in a great spot, and I'm thankful. And honestly, the wins keep coming in. Obviously, I'm happy, but at the end of the day, this is an experience that I'll never forget, and it's just a great time.
And just finally, your thoughts, a BBL Trophy semi-final against the Bristol Flyers. Of course, next week it's the National Cup Final where you play the Reading Rockets. Your thoughts on that final and the BBL Trophy semi-final looking ahead?
We usually just try to take it one game at a time, so not really looking too far ahead at the semi-finals, but I live with a lot of the guys, and we're always watching these BBL teams on YouTube and, watching and seeing what we can pick up on. But first things first, we'll take care of Reading, hopefully, and then go from there.
It was just a shame, AJ, that someone had to lose that one tonight. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it was a tough game. We knew it was going to be a battle for 40 minutes. It's great to see for the league that, two National Basketball League teams were able to advance in the trophy, and unfortunately one had to advance and one had to go home. But, props to Solent. They're a very well-coached, disciplined, deep team, and, good luck to them, and I'm sure hopefully we'll run into them again later in our season.
And now that the focus now stays on the league for you, your thoughts going ahead to we go to the business end of the NBL Division 1 season. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, we're getting into that point of the year where you want to start, sort of keep getting better, step by step every week, and we're just kind of getting ready for the playoffs now. Finishing up the back end of the regular season. And we have no more cup games or trophy games. It's just a regular season and then playoffs. That's our goal now. Yeah.
So you're in that playoff spot. You're fighting for home court advantage. Just where do you want to end up in the league? Obviously, everyone wants to end up top spot, but is top four the ideal spot for you?
For sure. Yeah, we want to finish as high as we can. Every game's kind of crucial, and you never know in this league. On any given weekend, there can be some upsets and surprising wins. So we just kind of got to stay on the ball week by week. We're looking ahead to playoffs, but we can't take our opponents for granted, and we got to get there first. So I think as a group we're pretty confident. We got a veteran group of guys, and I don't think it matters where we end up in the seedings. We're just looking forward to finishing the year and then getting the playoffs started.
And for you, it's your first season here on the South Coast. You did spend a bit of time with the Newcastle Eagles a few years ago. You spent some time in Italy before coming here. What have you made of the National Basketball League, its competitiveness, and how it's improving your game further and further?
Yeah, it's a pretty high basketball level. I feel like over the last few years it's gotten a lot better. The level in this country is getting a little bit higher, and there's a lot of good teams, a lot of good players in the National Basketball League, and with that being said, I feel like any given weekend, any team can come out on top, and that's just what we're kind of looking forward to doing. Hopefully get a chance at playing Solent again in the playoffs.
I'm here with Matt Guymon after a historic win here at the Worthing Leisure Centre tonight. Solent Kestrels, the first NBL Division 1 side to make the BBL Trophy semi-finals. For you as a coach, what a feeling that must be.
Oh, it's a fantastic feeling. From my family started this club 20 years ago, and we've started with a junior program and a men's program 9 years ago to work our way all the way up, and to play in this prestigious event and make it to this stage is unbelievable for us.
And now that's 21 games unbeaten this season in all competitions. It stretches back to February. It's 35 unbeaten. Is there any pressure on the guys to just keep performing like that, or is it just one game at a time?
It's one game at a time. We've got a fantastic group of just unbelievably mature players that they hold each other accountable. They're focused on whoever the next opponent is. So from what we're feeling in the locker room, there isn't that pressure about the record. It's just whoever's next.
I know we're looking ahead, and I know for you it's one game at a time, but the Bristol Flyers await in the semi-finals. What do you know of the Bristol Flyers? Have you seen much of them, and what do you think of them?
Yeah, so I'm very close with Coach Kapoulis, and have played against Bristol many times over the years, so I know they're a great program. They're very well coached, and I have seen them play a few times this year. They've got a lot of size, and they play very well together. And I think where they are this time of the year, they're playing their best basketball at the moment. Yeah.
And just finally, next week, of course, it's National Cup final weekend. You play the Reading Rockets. Your thoughts on that game? You've played them once this season. You've beaten them at Solent Sports Complex. What do you make of the Reading setup, and how are you going to approach that game?
Yeah, Reading's a really, really good setup. They've got a great coach, and for us, a cup final is different than any league game. It's it's everything on that one stage. So I know Reading have had some personnel changes, so we'll have to look at that and scout that. But I know they're going to be ready. They're going to be up for it. We're close, we're close rivals, so it's going to be a fantastic game.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to give a special shout out to all the fans that came out tonight. It was great energy, very loud and packed. Unfortunately, we couldn't come out with the win, but I appreciate the support, and it was a great showing for the NBL and the BBL.